In the jazz lounge, Pietro the planner asks Victoria where Clare is at, and she says she should be there soon. He gushes, "Can't you just feel the magic?" She tells him he's incredible. He says Clare is incredible. Victoria wants the night to be so special for her mother. Pietro tells her it will go down as one of Genoa City's most legendary ever. At Society, Abby asks Devon if there's any word from Amanda on the meeting he demanded with Dumas. Devon says no. Abby groans about how mysterious and frustrating it all is as Lily comes in. Devon guesses she's not going to Nikki's party. Lily's still hurt about what they did to her at Chancellor. Nikki lied to her face. They go over Victor helping her get information about Damian. He also got something out of it, and Lily will never really trust him again. Devon understands. Abby thinks her invitation was another attempt to make amends. Lily says it will take more than that. She'd rather have dinner alone. Damian appears and says he hopes he can talk her out of the alone part. Lily tells Damian he can join her. Devon and Abby take off for the party. Lily and Damian sit, and he pulls out a black envelope. He thought she might like to see it. It just got delivered to his hotel suite. It's an invitation from Aristotle Dumas. He's having a private party at his summer home in the south of France on Friday, June 13th. He has a unique sense of humor. Lily muses that he must have sent it before he quit. Damian reminds her he only floated the idea of leaving. He has several calls into him, but he hasn't gotten back to him yet. Suddenly, a man appears with a black envelope for Lily. She's invited too. Damian says she's finally going to get her wish, to meet Dumas. At the Abbott mansion, Diane marvels to Jack, Ashley, and Kyle that they were all invited to Nikki's party. Kyle guesses Victor wasn't behind it. He's sorry to hear Tracy's not joining them. Ash says she's not ready to face a crowd. Kyle has a favor to ask Jack. Since Clare wants him to win over Victor tonight, it would be helpful if he didn't antagonize the old man. Ashley's sure Victor won't cause a scene on Nikki's special night. Kyle explains to Ashley that Clare's hoping to change his mind about them. Ashley's sure it won't work. She's extremely naive. The doorbell rings and a delivery man hands Jack a black envelope with a gold seal. He opens it and frowns. He tells Diane she got one too. Kyle leaves as Jack and Diane discuss the Dumas invitation with Ashley. Diane wonders if he knew they were planning a trip overseas. Jack wonders if he's really that good. Ashley asks if there's any leads on Dumas' true identity. Jack says no. Speculation ensues about whether or not he has competing interest in Jebat. Jack thinks it's more about his connection to Billy. Ashley asks, "Billy?" Jack fills her in on Dumas offering to invest in Abbott Communications. Ashley can't understand him wanting to invest in her little brother. Diane says Jack's investing in him. Jack believes in his company, but Dumas coming out of nowhere has him suspicious. They remember tonight is about Nikki. Diane cannot wait to celebrate the birthday girl. At the ranch, Nikki tells Victor, "I'm ready." He tells her she's ravishing and gorgeous and kisses her. Nothing brings him more joy than to make her happy. He has another present for her, the most extraordinary one yet. He hands her a gold box and Nikki opens it. It's a key to a new car, one she's wanted since she was a teenager, fully restored. Nikki's overwhelmed. Victor wants her to drive it to the party tonight. Nikki says the way he looks at her is the most precious gift. It keeps her going. Victor says her love keeps him going. But there's something else for her, but he won't tell. Nikki hopes it's an enthralling evening for all of them. Victor thinks she knows something he doesn't. What is it? Nick comes in and wishes his mother a happy birthday, and they enthuse about the new car. Nick hands over a gift from him and Victoria for the best mother in the world. It's a beautiful jewelry box full of papers with memories written on them. If she's ever having a rough day, she can dig into that box. It's guaranteed to make her happy. As he hugs her, Nick tries to steal the key to her new car. Nikki reads a few more memories, and then Victor says they should get to the party. Nick pulls out black envelopes that were left at the gate. They read the invitations to Dumas' home in Nice. Victor says this can wait. Tonight is about Nikki. Nick leaves and Nikki embraces Victor. If tonight ended right now, it would be perfect. He tells her the best is yet to come. She heads out the door with her key and Victor puzzles over the invitation. Lauren and Michael arrive in the jazz lounge and Victoria greets them. She tells them this is all Clare and Pietro. They ask for Nikki, but she's not there yet. Victoria's glad Michael made it. Michael says his better half convinced him it was important to celebrate one of their dearest friends. Victoria says something was delivered for them. She hands them black envelopes with gold seals. They marvel over the invitations to Dumas' place on the French Riviera. Michael guesses it has to do with Victor. It must be a strategic move. Lauren hopes they're sending their regrets now that Michael no longer works for Victor. Kyle arrives in the jazz lounge and calls Claire to tell her it looks spectacular. Nikki's going to be over the moon. Victoria joins him as they talk about how amazing Claire is. She asks him how he's feeling about her plan to win over Victor. Kyle's set on what he needs to do. He tells her that her daughter means the world to him. Victoria says they're all rooting for him. Devin and Abby arrive at the party. Abby tells her husband he's been quiet on the way over. It must be Damian. She thinks he makes Lily happy. Devin wants that, but the guy comes with a lot of questions. What if he's playing an angle? If he's right that something is off about the guy, he doesn't want him anywhere near his sister. Ashley, Jack, and Diane arrive and greet Abby and Devin. Lauren and Michael swan in, and Diane asks how it's going not answering to Victor. Lauren says it was a long time coming. Jack asks if Michael sees it that way. They go over how Victor holds a grudge and discuss their upcoming trips to Europe. Michael mentions the invitation from Dumas and Jack says he and Diane were also invited. Michael muses. The mystery deepens. At Society, Lily and Damian chat about finding a place for him and Amy to live in Genoa City. Damian wants to learn more about her. She has an unfair advantage over him given the digging they did about him. Damian asks about her past relationships. Lily isn't keen to dig into her romantic past. Damian knows she has 2 grown children. There must be a lot more to such a fascinating woman. He'll go first. He's been as unlucky in love as anyone could possibly be. Lily says, "Okay, I guess we have that in common." Damian can't believe she hasn't been lucky in love. Lily's been in love, but it never worked out. She can't blame everything on the men. She was a bit of a wild child. Her first love was Daniel. They were teenagers and even got married. They tried again recently, but it wasn't in the cards, then or now. He asks if he's the father of her twins. She says no, that was Cain. They were very much in love, and he gave her 2 amazing children. In the end, he broke her heart. Damian's never fallen in love. He never found the right connection, so focused on his work and career. If it's meant to happen, it will. Nikki and Victor finally arrive in the jazz lounge. Michael hollers, "There she is, the woman of the hour." Everyone applauds. Victoria tells her mother she looks beautiful. Nikki exclaims that the room looks gorgeous and asks, "Where is Clare?" Victoria says she'll be there soon and points our Pietro. Nikki thanks the party planner. Nick and Sharon appear. She thanks him for asking her to come. He quips, "I needed someone to dance with." She feels grounded again. Esther appears and gushes. "This is just wonderful, isn't it?" Nick teases about her boss letting her off work. She's happy to be celebrating her other boss. Across the room, Victor greets Ashley and tells her this will be a night to remember. Victoria then makes a toast to her mother with Nick by her side. Everyone shouts, "Happy birthday!" Cheers! Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates. Your opinions matter, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Monday, June 2, reveal that Kyle Abbott will make a final move to sway Victor Newman, so Claire Newman will await her grandpa's decision. Although Claire genuinely believes her plan stands a chance of working, Kyle feels like it's wishful thinking. Victoria Newman and Nikki Newman don't have high hopes either, but nobody wants to rain on Claire's parade. That's why everyone's going along with Claire's party idea and her hope that Kyle can impress Victor with some amazing gesture. Claire's counting on this to be the start of a new chapter, one where Victor finally supports her romantic future with Kyle. After Claire shows up at Nikki's birthday bash a little late, she may walk in and find conflict threatening to erupt. Despite Kyle's attempt to prove he's boyfriend material, Victor may grumble and throw some insults his way. Kyle will manage to keep his cool, but he may sense that Claire's scheme is flopping hard. If Kyle wants to win Victor's approval, he'll need to get more creative and really pull out all the stops. After Kyle pushes Claire to save a dance for him, he'll have one final trick up his sleeve. Kyle will decide to make a last-ditch effort to show Victor that he can make Claire happy. Claire should be intrigued over whatever last move Kyle settles on. Kyle will no doubt do something that he hopes will tug at Victor's heartstrings and prompt a real change in perspective. However, Y and R spoilers suggest Victor's patience may be running out by then. We won't be surprised if Kyle's actions backfire spectacularly and maybe even get him thrown out of Nikki's bash instead. Victor could easily have a major outburst that enrages Kyle, upsets Claire, and gets the attention of all the other party guests, including Nikki the birthday girl. Nikki won't be pleased if Victor loses his temper at her celebration, so she may urge him to dial it down if he rips into Kyle. Regardless, the Young and the Restless spoilers say Claire may get updates on some bad news if Victor insists he'll never change his mind about Kyle. Young and Restless, unfortunately, has not brought the drama and excitement we would normally expect during May sweeps. That said, the mystery surrounding all things Aristotle Dumas continues to build, if nothing else, anticipation for a reveal. Amanda's return brought with it some satisfying scenes between her, Abby, and Divan. That's still a sore spot, but the best scenes of May sweeps were much more subtle than a confrontation. They came when Tracy opened up to Diane about her feelings about her continued struggle with the horrific heartbreak, betrayal, and deception brought into her life by Martin. This was riveting not only because of the talent of Beth Maitland, but because Tracy brings the heart to this soap opera, something that has gotten lost in a sea of business-related plot points and forced couplings that are unable to make us truly feel. What's going to happen at Dumas' swanky bash on the French Riviera? If I was a betting woman, I'd advise Billy Abbott to put all his money on Dumas revealing himself to be Kane Ashby, who slunk out of town 6 years ago and somehow built an empire. All signs point to it being Ashby, and it's surely no coincidence that Lily mentioned him for the first time in Neons on Friday's episode. The bombshell is sure to rock the Geno City attendees to their core. To start with, he'll be sporting a new face, that of Days of Our Lives' Billy Flynn, and will almost certainly lost the Australian accent. But that's not all. Billy will be mystified as to why Kane would want to help him take back Chancellor. Damian will discover that the woman he's interested in is, in fact, his boss' ex-wife, and Victor will be in utter disbelief to find out that the one man who he hasn't been able to keep 10 chess moves ahead of is a one-time grifter with a background in bartending. We won't even be able to blame him, because it is impossible to believe. How could Kane possibly achieve all of this in 6 years with no one knowing? Has he hidden his entire life from his kids? Where's it all going? Aside from a possible Damian/Lily/Kane love triangle and a bunch of bunk about Chancellor Industries that remains to be seen. I'll be honest though, given how Young and Restless began to feel like the Clare show after the writers brought her on board, I'm leery that we're headed for the Kane show next. The Young and the Restless spoilers and updates teased Sharon Newman's unexpected and brief romantic encounter could completely alter the course of her life. Might an unexpected man emerge as Sharon's next romantic interest and bring a twist to her story, thrusting her into a hot romance and turn out to be the perfect Mr. Right? Let's be real. The storyline involving Sharon and Nick Newman is starting to feel tired, and it's really getting old. Sharon has spent months yearning for Nick, who, in the end, friend-zoned her in spite of her being his first love. Now, she's putting on a facade that she's okay with their new, just friends dynamic, but we can all see she's craving something deeper. Once again, Sharon is grappling with jealousy over the connection between Nick and Phyllis Summers, which makes this scenario feel all too familiar. Sharon deserves a better narrative than this cringeworthy tale, so perhaps it's time for her to cut ties with Nick, even if it's just for a single evening. It seems highly likely that Billy Flynn is the actor behind the intriguing Aristotle Dumas empire that is currently generating so much buzz. Whether Dumas turns out to be a recast of Kane Ashby or a completely different character, he's bound to take the spotlight even further once he is finally introduced. Flynn's character appears poised to become a significant focus, so is it possible that he'll also be the next man Sharon gets involved with? Might there be a one-night romance between Sharon and Dumas that brings some excitement? In the past, Sharon has frequently welcomed new male characters onto the scene. Given that Sharon is a well-loved character, it's possible that Y&R believes her charm will influence any new heartthrobs that enter the scene. We've witnessed Sharon's chemistry with younger men like Chance Chancellor, so the age difference with Flynn's character shouldn't pose an issue. While a genuine romance could develop, we've become content with a one-night fling between Sharon and Dumas at this stage. They would offer a fresh twist for Sharon, and if Nick were to discover it, perhaps it would trigger his jealous instincts and help him realize what he's been missing. This could be the wake-up call Nick needs to understand that he's been accepting less than what he truly desires from Sharon. The imminent introduction of the young and the restless, much-discussed Aristotle Dumas is set to shake up the corporate hierarchy in Genoa City in a big way. But that's not nearly as intriguing as the romantic upheaval that the tycoon is likely to bring with him, especially if, as we suspect, he's being played by Days of Our Lives' charisma machine Billy Flynn, who is leaving his role of Chad DiMera to join the CBS soap. With whom will the newcomer be paired? Consider the options. We've been saying for ages that Phyllis needs a new love interest. The homewrecker has always been a heat-seeking missile. Did she suddenly lose interest? Her eagerness to have Dumas hand her Chancellor could be a precursor to a merger of an altogether different sort. Then again, for all we know, he's already involved with. Anything that keeps Michelle Morgan on the canvas is oak by us. But if the Emmy winner doesn't want to stick around long-term, that rather puts the kibosh on a grand affair with her boss, Aristotle, now doesn't it? Maybe the character is being introduced to throw some tension between Phyllis and her former nemesis. All the signs point to a chic reunion. But we've been there and done that repeatedly. It would be a whole lot more fun if the show zigged when we expected it to zag, by having her become the object of Dumas' affections. Just think of it. They could talk business over free coffee while she analyzes him. Remember way back when Young and Restless teased that Lily was about to meet TLOHR. Sorry, Damian Kane, but we don't think that's you. It could, however, be Dumas, whose unpredictability waves red flags that his innate charm would bat away with ease. Last but not least, we imagine that the fresh meat could be served up to Simone. No way is Cole Howard her endgame. There are hot couples, there are lukewarm couples, and then there are couples that generate no heat whatsoever. That's Victoria and Cole. When the author kicks the bucket, and the sooner the better, his past and present love could wake up from the stupor. The discovery of their dead daughter Clare Grace put her in and start having fun again with Take No Prisoners Aristotle. Meanwhile, Lily plots to meet Dumas, and Mariah's past continues to trouble her. The Young and the Restless spoilers for June 2 to 6 focus on Mariah's troubled past. Meanwhile, Lily plots to meet Dumas, while Victor plots against Kyle. Apparently, the birthday party Claire throws for Nikki won't do much in the way of patching things up between Kyle and Victor permanently. Next week, there's nothing good happening between a certain Newman and a specific Abbott. Early in the week, Victor calls Kyle's bluff. But what happens towards the end of the week is much more telling. Victor plots Kyle's downfall. Looks like Claire and Kyle won't know peace from her grandfather anytime soon. What does Kyle's downfall involve? Or should we say, who does it involve? Does Audra still have something to do with this? After all, she needs to get payback for the whole Glissade disaster, and she's in cahoots with Victor to make Kyle look bad in Claire's eyes. Does she come through for the man providing her seed money for Vibrant? Meanwhile, Lily is equally as stubborn as Victor, but her mission is decidedly less devious. Teasers suggest Lily plots to meet Dumas. Is she trying to get a sneak peek before Aristotle's big shindig in Nice, France, on Friday, June 13? If so, just how does she think she's going to accomplish this? Elsewhere, Damian asks Audra for a favor. What does he need his brother's girlfriend to do for him? Ian Ward's most recent visit messed up Mariah more than she or anyone thought he would, and next week is no different. Mariah continues to be troubled by her past, but how will that manifest itself? Let's hope not in a dangerous or even self-destructive way. Guess Jack and Diane haven't decided on whether to risk for Aristotle Dumas. How did Michael put it this week? His latest Rococo business machination. The mystery surrounding Dumas has hit an all-time high. There's no way they'll miss, right? For now, Jack and Diane are merely entertaining an invitation, according to the teasers. Finally, Billy has his hands full with two fierce and formidable redheads who, by the way, hate each other. While he should be busy getting Abbott Communications off the ground, he's going to spend time trying to keep the peace between Phyllis and Sally. Good luck there, Billy boy. Who is this mystery man and what chaos is coming? Nikki Newman's birthday bash should have been all about her, but one man managed to hijack the night without even showing up on Young and the Restless. That man, Dumas. While the Newmans toasted their matriarch, invites from Dumas were being slid into every power player's pocket, from the Abbotts and Baldwins to the Winters clan. The question isn't why he did it. He's obviously stirring the pot. The question is, what does he want? Aristotle Dumas isn't exactly known for subtlety, but this stunt, it's calculated chaos. Everyone thought Nikki's big day would dominate the social calendar, but now all anyone can talk about is what's coming next. An announcement? A takeover? A revenge play? The man may have skipped the champagne, but he popped a different kind of cork with those cryptic invites, and the fallout is just beginning. There are whispers swirling through Genoa City faster than Diane can say martini. Some think Dumas is trying to buy his way into Newman territory with a pitch too big to ignore. Others believe he's got dirt to drop, and he's waiting until the most powerful players are all in one room to detonate the bomb. Could this be a revenge plot tied to a long-forgotten betrayal? Or is Dumas launching a business venture so bold it'll shake every legacy name in town? Either way, no one gets everyone in the same room without a motive. And if Dumas has gathered the Newmans, Abbotts, Winters, and Baldwins, he's about to set the whole town on fire. Should Jack keep those walls up around his wife? Jack has been through the ringer when it comes to love, but right now, he's living a seemingly sweet chapter with Diane. They're married, sharing laughs over morning coffee at the Abbott mansion, and Diane even managed to charm the notoriously hard-to-impress Abbott family with her chic and tasteful revamp of the home. On the surface, things look good, great even. But if we've learned anything from watching The Young and the Restless, it's this. Things are never that simple in Genoa City. Diane looks like a woman in love. She's doting, supportive, and loyal. Jack appears to be letting his guard down, and that's where things could get dangerous. Diane has a reputation for being unpredictable, and while she's shown signs of growth, it's fair to ask if she really changed, or is this just the calm before the storm? Jack's heart may be in this marriage, but what happens if he slips up? What if he forgets an anniversary or backs someone at Jebud over her? Diane doesn't always handle disappointment well. Her love can flip into vengeance at lightning speed. It's not hard to imagine Jack waking up one morning to find his perfect wife scheming behind his back. There's also the question of trust. Jack may want to trust Diane, but is he doing so because it's convenient right now? Is she simply filling a void and making life comfortable, or is she genuinely the life partner he needs for the long haul? Only time will tell if Diane is Jack's forever love or just the latest chapter in his very dramatic love life. While their marriage seems stable for now, history warns us not to get too comfortable. Jack may think he's tamed the wild spirit of Diane Jenkins, but if things go south, he might wish he kept a closer eye on the woman who once mastered the art of betrayal. Michael and Lauren's marriage will hit another rough patch when he's tempted to return to old habits. Michael and Lauren are front and center on The Young and the Restless. The couple's marriage hit a rough patch recently, but things seem to have settled down. However, all that will change when Michael breaks an important promise to his wife. As with many Lai and R couples, Michael and Lauren, aka likey, have had relationship problems. Recently, the couple were at odds because of Victor. For years, Michael has worked as Victor's right-hand man, doing everything for the mustache. Whether it's legal or investigative tasks, there was no job Michael didn't turn down. He was always at Victor's beck and call, sacrificing his own time to please his boss. Lauren didn't have a problem with Michael's job, but recently she began voicing her concerns. Upon learning of Victor's plan to take down Jebud, Lauren was furious and reminded Michael he was betraying his friends. Despite Lauren's worries, Michael continued his work for Victor, but it strained his relationship with Lauren. Not wanting to lose his wife, Michael quit his job and promised Lauren he's done with Victor. It's only been one day since quitting, and already Michael might be regretting his decision. He's worried about the war that will erupt between the Newmans and the Abbotts. Victor vowed he'd continue his plan without Michael, and the lawyer knows disaster is coming for both families. Michael is the only one who can talk sense into Victor and keep him calm. To keep a war from escalating, Michael will have to break his promise to Lauren and return to work. Although Michael is doing it for a good cause, Lauren won't see it that way. This will be another betrayal by her husband, who once again chose Victor over her. The Young and the Restless spoilers and updates tease the Aristotle Dumas mystery, as Abbott's return from Paris could shake up everyone even more. Might she be revealed to be secretly working with Dumas, presumed to be played by the incoming Billy Flynn, who's expected to show up fairly soon? Viewers should remember that Ashley has been running the Paris offices of Jebud for quite some time now. As a matter of fact, that's where she hired Theo Vanderway. But it's doubtful that Theo is the mysterious Aristotle Dumas. However, is he someone Ashley knows and been working with secretly? One would think she'd had quite enough of secrets and secrecy after being fooled by Martin Laurent, pretending to be his twin and fooling her sister Tracy Abbott. I and our fans have been eagerly anticipating Ashley's comeback. They are interested in her opinion on Diane Abbott's renovation project, which is stirring up more drama than the corporate changes. Fans are also keen to learn about what's happening in Ashley's life later this week. She's expected to share some news with Jack Abbott. This news is concerning for him, and it leaves us curious about what Ashley has been doing during her time away in Paris. After recovering from the trauma of her split personalities, she has returned to her job and has been helping Tracy, who also returned. She might be involved in a confidential project, and we can't help but speculate about who she has been collaborating with recently. Perhaps Ashley has information that others are eager to find out. she may have encountered the mysterious billionaire. This could clarify why the Abbott family is on high alert. Victor Newman has been eager to take revenge on Jack for rescuing Nikki Newman's life. Victor mentioned that he has collaborated with Dumas for years, yet he has never met him face to face. He might have had Dumas collaborate with Ashley to deceive Jack. As we know, Victor is always several steps ahead of everyone. No one can outsmart him in his own game. He could partner with the R&D at Jebot. Perhaps she is switching to Glissade after all. Anything can happen in Genoa City. What do you think about Ashley's return? Do you believe she is teaming up with Dumas?